So I'll be using a drop D tuning here, D, A, D, G, B, E, and kind of a unfriendly key here. We're doing an E flat vibe. So with the drop D, we'll just be hanging out a lot at the first fret. So make sure your action's nice. Got some light strings on here so that you can bar those first frets and be comfortable with it, and maybe even a little bit of a stretch here. So we need this E flat minor, and that's kind of where we'll start here for this initial chorus intro progression here. And I kind of like to just start by hitting like the power chord of it, so just the first fret at the 1 on the low D, A, and D here. Alright, so it kind of gives me a chance to like get my fingers set for the minor here, so I'll just kind of like hit the power chord at the 1s, and then I'll get my fingers ready for the minor here, which would be the 4 on the middle D. And if you can get it, that 3 on the G, not essential, but I kind of like to get it just to make a bigger chord. Alright, so we kind of hit the power chord, then land our fingers, hit it again, maybe a little hesitation, and then 1, 2, 3 strum on it. Alright, and we're just gonna do this chromatic up and then back down. So I do a little transitional just E power chord at 2nd fret of the D, A, D here. And it's just a real quick hit there on the beat, and then get us right to our F chord. And same kind of deal here where I'll just kind of hit the power chord of it, so just 3 on the D, A, D. And then that'll give me time to get my kind of positioning set here and get the 2nd fret on the G, just to make it a straight up F major chord. Alright, so kind of hit the power chord, then get the 2nd fret on the G, give it a couple more strums. Alright, and then we strum it out about 4 times. And then just walk it back down to the 2nd fret power chord E here. And then we just start it all over. So go through that about 3 times, and then we throw in a little curve here at like the 4th time, where we'll do everything up until we hit our F at the 3s here, hit that, get the 2 landed on the G here, strum that out a couple times, and then we're going to zoom up to a B flat minor. So it's that kind of same E flat minor shape we had, but up here. So frets are a little closer, so it should be a little bit easier. So just do the 8 on the low D and the A, and then we want an 11 on the middle D. Alright, it's just kind of this quick 3 hit. Okay, so we went. Alright, and that's kind of like every 4th run through, that's kind of how we end it. And after that, we get into the verse pattern, which is a lot of the similar chords, kind of switch up for some suspended stuff here in minors. So for the verse, just kind of worry more about just getting like the big E flat power chord. So just do the 1 on the D, A, D, and you can throw in the 3 on the G too. And with this, we're doing like a strum, 1, 2, 3. Alright, and then we just jump right up to the F sus2, so just 3rd fret on the D and A, and then we can throw in the 5 on the middle D and the G. And with this, it's just 1, 2, and then just walk it down chromatically here to the E sus2, so 2s on the D and A, 4 on the D and G, 2 hits. And we just bust that out twice. Alright, and then we kind of shuffle around here a little bit the times we do certain bits, so kind of interesting. We do that twice, and then we go to this kind of alternate thing where we do the same E flat power chords, the 1s with the 3 on the G, and then we zoom up to a B flat again, but this time it's not a minor, it's a sus2. We do the 8 on the D and A, 10 on the middle D, 2 hits. And then we drop down to the F minor now, so 3 on the A and the low D, and then we want a 6 on that middle D. And it's just 2 hits. Alright, and that's kind of like the alternating pattern in the midst of all this. We go back to what we were originally doing. And we do that 3 times. Alright, and then after that, we go back to the alternate thing. You know, the E flat at the 1s, up to the 8 and 10s, to the 3 with the 6, the E flat, B flat sus, F minor, and we do that twice. And that's how we finish the verse. Okay, so kind of an interesting amount of shuffling patterns that we go through there. Eventually we get to what I would say is like an interlude, and this is also the ending of the song, where we'll come on up to our B flat and we want a minor now, kind of like what we had at the end of the chorus. Okay, so we have our 8s on the D and the A and 11 on the middle D, and with this it's a couple hits. Then we drop down to the F minor, the 3s with the 6, just 2 hits, and then we land on the E flat minor, the 1s with the 4, just 1 there, let it ring. Alright, start it off again like we did. 8s with the 11 for the B flat minor, F minor at the 3s with the 6, and then we finish it the second time through by just doing a E sus2, so just 2s on the D and A, 4 on the middle D. Okay, like we had from the chorus pattern, or sorry, the verse pattern. And like I said, that's a little interlude section, and then it happens at the end of the song. And then there's a bridge section where everything kind of chills out a bit. And you know, you could throw in some more reverb and delay here and just kind of keep it loose and kind of floating around here. But we switch to kind of a higher voiced E flat sus2. So just do the 6A, 8 on the D and G, 8 on the B and E. And with this, you can just hit it and let it ring, let the effects kind of let it hang, or you can lightly strum it. It's up to you, whatever kind of feel you're going for here. But it's just kind of a real loose vibe. So we hit that, let it go for a bit, and then we want our B flat sus2. So come over here, hit the 8 on the low D and A, 10 middle D. I'll even throw in like the 10 G, let that go. And with this, we hit that, kind of let it ring maybe about half as long, and then we kind of throw in this little added something at the end here. It's like an A flat and like an A flat 7 I'm kind of hearing here. So I just kind of like to do this voicing here up here because we're kind of in this area. I just like to zoom over here, hit the 11A, 10D, and then do a 13G. And then it kind of goes from that major to a 7. So we just do it from the 13G to 11. It's kind of a little something like that. And it's real kind of loose and like distant sounding, so you can play around with that, but that's kind of the whole thing repeats twice there, and then it gets back into like the parts we've seen before. And after you have all that, you should be good to go.